Hola, mi gente linda. As you know, March is the month of women. It's the month to celebrate the ones who came before us, the ones that are here fighting now, and the ones who will come after us. To help celebrate that as it's coming to a close, I have decided to pay tribute to the 4 Latina trailblazers who have paved the way for me. These women were bold, they were fearless, they were extremely talented. They were proud to be Latinas and just goddamn iconic. So, who are the 4 Latinas, you ask? None other than Rosie Perez, Rita Moreno, Selena, and la negra que tiene el más tumbao, Celia Cruz. Let's do this. My first choice is the Brooklyn Boricua native that took Hollywood by storm, Rosie Perez. I chose Rosie because of the influence she had on me as an actress. Watching her do her thing and do it well gave me the hope that I could someday do it too. In high school, people would always compare me to her, and in college, they would compare our accents. Well, that accent was heard across America when she landed a breakout role in 1989 during Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. It was also the year I was born. I guess you could say it was a big year for both of us. A few years later, she got the role as Gloria Clemente in White Men Can't Jump, which is my favorite character she's ever played, hence why I picked this look. Rosie was so memorable in that movie that I could still hear her voice in my head to this day. No, Billy, you're so stupid. You should have said you love me infinity plus infinity. Rosie showed the world that you could have an accent, be brown and bold, and still be on the big screen without compromising where you came from. That stuck with me to this day. She is, without a doubt, an underrated legend. The Rita Moreno. I'll be honest, I didn't know much about Rita until I really got into theater in college. But once I learned who she was, I was drawn in. My favorite Rita role is one I will never forget. Anita in West Side Story. What was not to love about her? She was strong, independent, and could dance her ass off. When I was in school, I would watch West Side over and over and always found myself rewinding to Rita's part just so I could take that moment in. Hell, I even suggested the play get done one semester with the hopes that I got to stand in Rita's shoes. Unfortunately, that never happened. But here I am, years later, fully embodying her and making my 21-year-old self's dreams come true. The Puerto Rican actress, singer, and dancer is one of the few women and the only Latina to be an EGOT recipient. This means she's won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. We're due for another Latina to join her in this club, so I'm putting it into the universe that I'll be next. The year was 1994. I had just received my very first cassette, and it happened to be Amor Prohibido by the one and only Selena. I was young at the time, but I remember playing the tape on repeat and trying my best to memorize all the lyrics. My favorite Selena song to date is on that album, No Me Queda Más. Imagínate, what did a 5-year-old Julissa know about that kind of deep love? Selena was the definition of a true star. She was the first celebrity I ever felt some sort of emotional connection with. I looked up to her and, like every other little girl, wanted to dance like her, sing like her, and dress like her. This precise outfit is legendary, period. When she came out sitting on that car at the Astrodome in '95, we all knew we just witnessed history. What an angel. What an icon. This transformation is special specifically because young Julissa will play imaginary dress up, and this was one of the outfits she would always choose. Her legacy and music will continue to leave messages of hope, love, and gratitude in every Latina girl's heart, just like she did for me 25 years ago. And last, but certainly not least, la negra con tumbao, la cubana más dulce, la reina de la salsa, Celia Cruz. This woman is someone I can rave about forever and ever. She paved the way for me to even be sitting here talking to you today. She fought her way to the top of salsa, a male-dominated genre, by her work ethic, appreciation of her culture, and a voice literally no one else had. Celia Cruz was the first negra I could remember seeing all over every channel, blaring in my family's speakers, and in newspapers and magazines. She was fearless. She was an originator, and she embraced every ounce of melanin on her body. She dared to be different. She wasn't afraid to make risks in fashion, and her wig game was hers. Celia's costumes were incredible, and this blue fantasy was one of my all-time favorite looks on her. It was one of the boldest outfits, and if I was going to do Celia justice, I figured I had to go big or go home. She's true representation of what an icon looks like. She fought for women, she fought for justice, and she fought for Cuba. Celia was ahead of her time, and if I have anything to do with it, I will constantly bring up her name so it can reign forever. Azúcar! And just like that, my day of playing dress-up is over, but I'll remember it forever. I loved wearing skates for the first time in years, even though I almost fell 20 times. I also discovered my appreciation for the 50s, 60s vintage cocktail look. Putting on Selena's iconic purple outfit made me feel like I was an actual star, and wearing a huge wig made me walk with my head held high and reminded me to embrace the crown I carry every single day. Most of all, today showed me that it takes a lot of work to become the woman you always dreamed of becoming. These groundbreaking Latinas have shaped me and shown me that you have to give it your all, be humble, and have a clear message that grabs people's attention for decades to come. My only wish is to teach young Latinas what they taught me, to dream big, nunca cambies quien eres, and own every part of being a woman. They are power. I am power. We are power.